Hot off the press, I'm so excited to be here because today I'm going to give you 7 steps to $12,000 profit per month on Amazon. This is not theory. This is something I used with one particular product, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So here we go. Step number 1, you're going to find a product with high demand. And now let me show you exactly where to go and how to do that. One of my favorite tools is Amazon. It's very easy to use. There's a free version you can use. You don't have to spend money up front. And if you download it onto your computer, it is a desktop application. I'm gonna share my screen and show you right now. First of all, let's say you're on Amazon and you're looking for a product that you want to buy from a supplier and sell on Amazon. And typically the easiest way is decide the niche that you want. So for example, if you love fitness, then you might start with a fitness product. If you love makeup or fashion, you might start with a makeup or fashion product. Type in something that you love. It's a really natural way to start. So let's start with the little lines there on the left and scroll down to sports and outdoors. And now let's go to, I'm looking for something that relates to sports and fitness. There we go. Okay, now you can go really, really narrow, categorize way down right here. If you see on the left side, look where I'm scrolling. I can go way, way down all the way to any of these categories. Exercise and fitness, I'll go there. Okay, now let's look through here. What is something that I can relate to? Try to find something that you relate to, something that you love, that you do, you already have a general knowledge about. It makes it a natural fit. Let's see, elliptical trainers, exercise bikes, GPS units. Okay, how about strength training equipment? Because I love strength training. All right, now that we're here, let's go to one of, let's see, pull-up. I like pull-up bars because I love pull-ups, but I know that they're very long and bulky, and I don't want to deal with the hassle of that. There's also a risk factor too. Dumbbells are super heavy. A lot of those fulfilled by merchant instead of fulfilled by Amazon. I want this to be automated as much as possible so I don't ever have to touch inventory. Weighted vests. Okay, let's check this out. Weighted vests. This is very interesting. Okay, this is really interesting. And what I like about it so far is the competition does not seem insane, but the demand is definitely there. I can tell you immediately, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I know that. But I'm gonna drop this keyword into Amazon. There it is. Boom, there you can see it. All I did, you guys, let me just take you through the process. I went to Hunt. From here, I picked the country I'm gonna be selling in, which is Amazon.com, the US. And then from here, I go to best sellers. And right up here, I literally just type in weighted vest. Now what's cool about this is I could also do the browse category right here, as I did before, from within Amazon. But there we go, I'm gonna just hit enter on my keyboard, and boom, there it goes, it's pulling up. And now Amazon is doing its magic work behind the scenes. It's going through every product to find out which ones have high potential. Now I'm gonna show you how to know if they have high demand. See right here, where it says high potential, I just click that 3, it takes me right to it. I click save, see right there, boom, and now it is saved. And now I come up here to the left side, I go return to dashboard, watch closely, and there it is. And now I'm going to track this product. Is this making sense so far? I want you to understand exactly all the steps you need to take. Now see where it says weighted vest? Literally, I can just start tracking because I already put in the keyword. And it's gonna start doing its algorithms to find all the data that we need to measure the demand. Okay, now that I have allowed it to populate all the data and added a few points of data, I want you to focus on one thing very specifically. You're gonna first look at the sales revenue. In other words, the top sellers, how much are they generating per day? Have you ever wondered how to find out how many sales they're getting? I'm gonna show you out right here. So you go over here to where it says 61 and then it says 2058. Those numbers are based on competitors, and there's only 5 top competitors, 5 main competitors. That means they have the majority of the market share. So all you're gonna do is take the number 61, and in this case, the number 2058, and you're gonna divide it. Watch closely as we do it. So 2058 divided by 5. and that's how much revenue they're generating per day. Now, the minimum I always go for is $120 revenue per day. 120. These guys are doing over $400, around 411.60 cents per day. Like, we're almost 3 times, a little over 3 times more the minimum needed. That tells me the demand for this thing is massive. People are spending loads of cash to buy weighted vests. Pro tip. So Amazal is showing me demand based on sales revenue, how much money is coming in. It's not showing me, in this situation so far, the keyword demand. One of the mistakes a lot of people make is they think keywords are the number one most important thing when it comes to search volume for finding out how much demand there is for a product. That is wrong. The number one indicator of demand is where people put their money. Where do they put their money? I know I sound like Kevin O'Leary. He loves money. But where do they put that money? That's what matters. So wherever you put your money, that's what you trust. That's what you believe. And that's what these people are doing. That's how I know there's demand for this product. And if I sell this product too, I too can make a lot of money. Now, there's another side to demand you're gonna look at. We talked about the revenue. Now let's talk about the sales volume. By sales volume, I don't mean how much money's going out, but how many sales are going out. And those are 2 different pieces of the demand. Look at Amazal. Right here, you can see 61 sales per day split among the 5 top competitors. So all I have to do, and I know you guys know your math, but I'm still gonna do it for fun. 61 divided by 5 is around 12, 12.2. So each of them are at least doing 12 sales a day. The minimum for me is 10 sales a day. So if you got the revenue, total amount, 120 a day, and the sales, at least 10 a day, you know you're looking at a high demand product. Heck, there have been products we have launched that have had half this demand, and they still make us money today because we differentiated it correctly. So if you know these stats are minimum true for you, you can trust I have a product that has massive demand. Pro tip, it doesn't matter how well your business strategy is, what kind of company you set up, how cool your photos are, how amazing your influencers are. If the product does not have demand, you won't make money. Sales revenue and sales volume have pros and cons, and I want you to understand them. Sales revenue teaches you the money potential for a product. Another way to look at it is how much are the people in the US as a group willing to spend on a product type? And I don't mean individually, I mean overall. In other words, is this a $100 a day product? Is it a $500 a day product? Some products just have more money potential than others. Sales volume shows you something different than sales revenue. Then sales volume shows the scope of demand for a product. In other words, more buyers equals more demand. Now, a lot of people ask this question. They go, Seth, should I be focusing more on sales revenue, the amount, or sales volume, how many sales I'm getting? It depends on your strategy. And I'm gonna show you the pros and cons of each. If you prioritize sales revenue, how much money's coming in, you're going to focus on a more differentiated, higher priced, thicker profit margin product. On the other hand, if you prioritize sales volume, you're gonna focus more on a basic, lower cost, impulsive buy product. Are you with me? High sales revenue means products will generally give you higher profit margin, deeper brand loyalty, less competition, fewer hijacker issues, and fewer copycat issues, and a greater long-term reward. They also, however, you need to know this, will cost you more in time and money to launch, and it will take you longer to reach more customers and followers. And if any of these terms like hijackers, copycats, margin, ROI, COGS, any of those are kind of vaguely familiar to you or you don't know what they mean, we actually teach this super in-depth, step-by-step, justwhenime.com/freedom. That's where our membership is, and that's where you can go to get a ton more information. So we talked about the high sales revenue. And do you understand, we're referring to more of a brand building, long-term, more invented, patentable, trademarkable, copyrightable, trade secretable type product. I know I just made up like 4 words, but you get the idea. Now let me show you what high sales volume means. And when I explain this, please know, I'm not talking about drop shipping and wholesale and arbitrage, but they do have a similar model. High sales volume means, in other words, the products that are selling a whole lot of many times a day, but maybe the overall revenue coming out is lower. The products will generally sell faster, rank higher on Amazon search results page, and give you less profit per sale. You're gonna have more customer issues to address because guess what? I'm dealing with more people, I'm getting more sales. Therefore, a greater number of followers also you can gain through this, but they're gonna be less adamant and cultic about your brand because you didn't build something as amazing. Now, you will be able to enter the market faster at a lower cost as well as at lower COGS. COGS, again, we teach that in our membership, members only. But long term, you will deal with more issues and likely enter price wars to the bottom because of your lack of differentiation. Now, something I promised you earlier, I'm gonna share it with you now in the link below. We have a free tool. It's called the Just One Dime BSR tool. This is a bonus. It's yours for free. Just click the link below, enter in the information, and it's yours. You wanna know how to use it? That's for another video. Keep searching on my YouTube channel. Guys, I want you to meet Patrick.
Hey Seth, what's going on, man?
Hey Patrick, good to see you, man. Patrick applied exactly what I just taught you. In fact, in just a few months, he sold 80,000 units. He generated 320,000 in gross profit. Look at his sales in a single day.
If someone first starting out in e-commerce were to ask me for a tip or advice, I would tell them this. When first starting out in e-commerce, worry less about the competitors and worry more about the customer themselves. Focus on quality first. Make sure you're selling a good quality product and everything else will follow. Sell good stuff, you'll get great reviews, and your business will flourish.
He's one of the people you will meet in the community for those of you guys who join, justonedime.com/freedom. Step number 2, you're gonna find a product with low competition. Back to AmazeOut, check this out, guys. So in AmazeOut, we've pulled up the word weighted vest, and it's giving us 5 top competitors who are selling a weighted vest. Now, when we look at those 5 top competitors, I want you to notice how many reviews they have. Of the 5, if you were to line them up from the one with the lowest reviews to the highest reviews, check it out, you can see that the lowest has 191 reviews. Now, if they're selling, making a ton of money with under 200 reviews, what does that tell you about this product? It tells you the demand is super strong. It tells you that people are not saying, unless that product has 10,000 reviews, I won't buy it. No, it has low reviews, which means if you start selling, they're not gonna judge your product, well, you only have 5 reviews, I won't buy. That's the idea. It's telling you what kind of role do reviews play in the purchase of this product. Now look at the highest, 413. That's still really low. Anything under 1,000 is low, but your median, the middle one, product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, product 5, the one in the middle has 365 reviews. Anything under 500 is great. That means the competition is not too great yet. But there's something else I want you to notice. Did you see the number of competitors? I know I mentioned it like 10 times, but did you think about the fact that there's only 5 competitors? 5 top competitors. Well, Seth, what about the number 213? See it right there, right under competitors? That's the total number of products that have the word weighted vest keyword in their listing, either on the title, the bullet points, the product description, or on the back end where you can't see it. Don't worry about those guys. Kind of like in the days of Apple versus PCs, all the other players didn't matter. You only want to look at the big dogs, because if you're matching up to them, you're gonna make money. So ignore the number 2. I don't care if that number 213 was 213,000. It's the 5 that I'm gonna focus on, and it's only 5. Why does this matter? Because they have the majority of the market share. If you have under 20 top sellers for the product you're looking at, that means the competition is low. That means you can scale. Let me put it this way. Watch what I do. I'm gonna go to the top here. I'm gonna go back to Amazon's main page. And I'm just gonna type in weighted vest. Watch my screen, and boom! Look at this, you guys. Ignore the sponsored. They are there artificially because someone's paying money to get them there. I'll explain that later. But notice the organic ones. This one, and this one. Now let's scroll down a little bit. Now notice these guys. This chap looking off into the distance. He keeps showing up. These are the top competitor. In other words, only 5 of these guys are making a significant amount of money, which means for you to get on the top page, you don't have to be doing insanely well to get here and make a lot of money. Only 5 of these are top competitors. Now, if there were 25 top competitors and I search weighted vests, guess what? Most people don't buy on page 2, which means you're gonna have to fight harder and spend more money on PPC just to get on this first page. How did we even know, Seth? How do I know that those top 5 are the top competitors? Amazal filters them based on BSR, best sellers ranking. It's based on how many sales they're getting per day. If they have a low BSR number, that means they're selling many times every day, which means they're gonna show up on that first page. So it's, as a general rule of thumb, if they're selling around 12 to 15 times a day, they will show up on Amazal as one of the top sellers, assuming you didn't change anything in the settings. Seth, how do I change the settings? We teach the members that, JustOneDime.com, freedom!
Seth,
Hey,
sorry
what's
guys, sorry to interrupt. 1 second, I have a quick idea.
Okay, this is Josiah, he's the co-founder of Just One Dime. I'm
Hey.
trying to teach you, man.
I know, sorry, but I just have a quick idea. I
Okay.
love these points, but I think on this part, you can be a little more creative.
Okay.
So
Like
maybe
what?
try starting with this, like,
You want the competition low for the cash to flow. Your business will grow. Satisfactory, bro?
yeah, that was good. But I think this part, you could be a little more smooth.
Okay.
Just try the glasses on. Just try them on. Redo the rap. Try it one more time.
All right. I think I know where he's going with this.
Zerby Beats.
If all the top sellers have the high reviews, you're gonna get stuck buried. You won't make the news. On the top spot up there, it's hot, where the majority be totally not. Wanna get buried? I think not.
No.
Get what I'm spinning or you're gonna get caught. Ain't there just one exception? I was told by the new profession, high competition in a bad condition. If you got the differentiation, yes, that's true. But when your competition's high, PPC climb like a rocket, profits fly. Say bye-bye. Wait, we'll take in the summary C. Can I wrap this up with analogy? Remember this, it's better to be king of the pond than lord of the sea.
Step number 3, fix the product's greatest weakness. Watch my screen, check this out. This is one of the awesome things about Helium 10. You're gonna go into a listing itself. You can't do it just searching a keyword. Notice I'm on a listing, and this guy with the serious look, he says, I'm ready. I am ready for the wilderness. So I'm gonna go up here, I'm gonna click on Helium 10, and I'm gonna click Review Downloader. This is our secret weapon, and I am proud to say that Helium 10 added this to the program after we introduced this concept to one of the best softwares out there. So, Manycoats, thank you so much for acting on this. I love it, respect you for it, and I feel good about that. Okay, so check this out, guys. What you can do is you can actually sort what kind of reviews you want to look at, like only verified, only helpful. And by the way, this is just Helium 10 browser extension. Just go search it on Google Chrome. You'll find it. You download it. It's free. Done. Okay, so I'm gonna look at ones only with images, only with videos. I'm gonna ignore those. In fact, watch what I do. I'm only gonna get the ones that say only helpful. What does that mean? It means someone voted it thumbs up. This is a good review, which means it not only ranks better when you look at a listing, but more people are gonna read it and make their buying decision based on that review, which means the review is gonna tell me the problem with my competition. Here we go, extraction time. And now it extracts it. And it's so cool, guys. I can export it into a CSV file if I want, like for Excel or numbers on a Mac. And right here, I can quickly find out what are they saying. Shoulder discomfort. Comfortable, but doesn't weigh 40 pounds. Well, that's easy to fix. Love the fit and all, love this, 4 stars. Nice vest for Murph. I haven't met Murph yet, maybe someday. Great. For the reviews to just say great or I hate or terrible, there's nothing you can do. I need something specific. What you're gonna do is look for the ones that give you very specific problems with the product. And you read about those problems and you apply it to building a better product. Let's just take one. Let's pretend that, for the sake of time, shoulder discomfort is the most common complaint. So I buy the competitor's product, I put it on my shoulders, and I wear it everywhere. I come into the office with it, I go home with it, I go to bed with it, and all the staff and my wife think I'm crazy, and I probably am. But after a week, I realize, you know what, I get it now. The part right here, it needs some kind of cushion, because there's a bone right there. It's kind of weird. Some of you guys have this, like a knob. It needs more cushion. And so I decide to find a manufacturer that builds this already, but they're gonna fix the problem. We're gonna add cushion right here for people with knobby shoulders. And now, when I create my listing, I can tell the world, this one is the most comfortable, or this one fixes the discomfort problem. And if you are shopping for these, and you look at this one, where people are complaining, oh man, out of all these top sellers, the majority of them are saying they're uncomfortable. And then you look at mine, and it's so comfortable, you're gonna wanna buy mine. It works. This is the secret weapon to building a product that will freaking crush your competition. Let me give you an example. One of the products we launched had a problem, not ours, but the competitors. The majority of the reviews said it leaks, so we fixed it. It took some time, we fixed it. That product generates over $100,000 of revenue per year alone, just because we fixed one problem. Now here's something you need to remember. Make sure that the problem you find on those reviews is across the board. Well, Seth, what are you talking about? Let's say you read the top 20 critical reviews of the 5 competitors. Now, the most common complaint is shoulder discomfort, but you notice something interesting. 70% of those complaints about shoulder discomfort are attached to one of the products. What does that mean? That issue is not as important now. Because if I'm the buyer and I'm looking at all the options and only one of them complains about shoulder discomfort, and then you come out with the shoulder vest that fixes the problem, you only differentiated yourself up against one of your competition. However, if that complaint about shoulder discomfort is across the 5 pretty evenly, now when you differentiate your product, you've set yourself up against superior to the 5. So make sure that the problem you fix is across the board, not just for 1 or 2 of your top competitors. James Pilgrim did this. He fixed a problem no one was fixing. I want you to meet him. Hey, what's up, James?
Hey, Seth.
Here's what you need to know about James. He sells exclusively on Amazon UK. He did over 91,000 in sales in the last 30 days at almost 34% profit margin. And he built his business while still working full-time at his job with a wife and children.
It's okay to have an idea of a product and think, oh, it must sell because I like it or my friends like it. Have a look at the demand, have a look at the data, and go from that point onwards. There's so many people who create products based on what they think people will want to buy, or customers out there. But if you're looking at demand first, and solely looking at how many people are looking for that particular product, then you've got a market. You've got something that you can then sell in that space. If you've only got a few thousand people a month looking at it, then to be honest, you've got no business. But if you've got 100,000 people looking at that product or type of product or that category every single month, you have a business. Regardless of the competition, you can make sure that your new product is better than the competition, or at least certainly at the top of the pile.
Step number 4, find a supplier who can build it for you. Find the product on Alibaba.com. There are a lot of places you can go, but I want you guys to watch this. So I'm gonna go to Alibaba.com, I typed in weighted vest, and just notice what's coming up for me. There's quite a few. Now here's what I find interesting. If I go to Amazon.com and I go back to my search results, see this vest right here? This, by the way, is one of the top sellers. Now look at Alibaba. Look at this, guys. 10 pieces, that's an amazingly low minimum order quantity. There's, at the lowest, $6.50 a piece. Now look at how much they're selling for on here. 35 bucks. $35. So if I buy this product for $6.50 and I sell it for $35, do you think I'll make money? The other thing to keep in mind is if you increase this minimum order quantity, that price is likely to go down. So you can negotiate. Now we teach our members all about negotiating. We even have one of our staff in China find suppliers who are not selling on Amazon and even not on Alibaba, just to make it harder for the competition to copy them. But I'm telling you, the majority of my suppliers were found right here on this site. And so you can use it. This is just one of many examples. All you do is you click on the title, you come over here, you hit contact supplier, and you're gonna send them a message. And the message is gonna be simple. You're gonna ask them if they can build the product with the differentiation you want. That is the first thing you must ask them. Once you find out if they can do it, then you take the next steps and you get them to manufacture it. In fact, they can even ship it to Amazon's fulfillment center for you, so you never even have to touch the product because you have a product inspection done. Pro tip, watch out for shiny object syndrome. I coined this term. Now a lot of my competitors use it. That's fine. But I actually figured this out back when I used to trap raccoons, and raccoons are interesting. I know, it's kind of random. They love little shiny things like pieces of foil. You take foil, you put it in a trap, they reach out, they grab it, they have to grab it. Well, this temptation is going to be on Alibaba. Avoid the shiny object syndrome. You're gonna see all these amazing products and suppliers are gonna say, oh, sell this, sell this, sell this. No, 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 you are the expert. You decide what you wanna buy. They are not the expert to the retail market, you are. Their expertise is to you, the one who's retailing to the retail market. Now, a lot of people are asking me, Seth, how much cash do I need for my first product? Well, it could be $500, it could be $6,500. How do I know? The amazing part about this journey is you can adjust this based on your strategy. So if you're lower on capital, you can start in a low competition category and differentiate on perceived value, like packaging and photos, instead of real value, like the material of the product. Now, if you have higher capital and you want to start in a high competition category and then differentiate on real value, you can do that and you end up making more money, but you can adjust your strategy based on what you want. I started with a dime. When I reached $400, that's when I launched. You don't have to have everything set up perfectly and all the money and the LLC and everything to start moving to cash. You can start as a sole proprietorship and then move from there. Pro tip, if you can't find a supplier on the first few pages of Alibaba, don't give up. Keep digging. If you find one buried in Alibaba, this will work to your advantage. Pro tip, when you are, are there too many pro tips or are we good? Another pro tip, when you pay your supplier, pay 30% up front. Then you're gonna have a product inspection conducted on the product to make sure you love the product, it meets the criteria you're looking for. Then you pay the remaining 70%, and that's when they ship it directly to Amazon's fulfillment center for you. Step number 5, you're going to list your product on Amazon. Now this process is not as complicated as it sounds. First you need to know is you need a UPC. It stands for Universal Product Code, and you get it from GS1. Watch this. If I go to GS1, I create an account, all I need to do is fill out the name, the address, who we are, who's what they call the executive contact on there. And I go in and I select what the prefix capacity is. All you need is the 1 through 10, and you order your UPC. Now each UPC code, each little section of the numbers identifies a different purpose. One is the product category, one is the product type, and so forth. It explains it all for you. But when you purchase it, it forever is attached to that product. In other words, if I'm selling 10,000 of these mugs a year, then it only needs one UPC code for this product type. But if I also sell a red one, it needs a second UPC code for that type. And Amazon will require this when you create that listing. It's an investment. Some people look at the price and they go, oh my goodness, I have to spend $250? Yes, $250, if you churn that into 250,000 like our students are doing, it's a good deal, I promise. When you make your listing, the most important thing you can do is make it extremely attractive. And there's 2 ways you do that. Number 1, all those keywords you found that relate to your listing, you're gonna put them in the title, in the bullet points, in the product description, and on the back end. You don't need to repeat any keywords at all. You put it in once and it's good. The most frequently searched keywords, or the ones that pull up your top competitors, are the ones you put in the title. The second most frequent you put in the bullet points, and the remaining go in the product description and on the back end. Keep in mind, a lot of people will misspell the product. For example, they might type in WAITED, vest, and if they do that, just remember that's normal. You know what they're looking for, so the misspell you put on the back end, because if I go look at your listing publicly on Amazon, I can't see the keywords on the back end. But if I misspell, or if my English is not my native language and I misspell the keyword, but I'm still looking for your product, you want your product showing up for me. Therefore, to make sure that keyword and the listing are connected, the misspell goes on the back end. Once you have that listing created, remember one thing. When I go to your listing on Amazon, I cannot touch it, I cannot feel it, I cannot smell it, I cannot toss it, I cannot throw it, I can only see it. So your featured photo needs to be mind-blowing, like amazing. And the easiest way to do this, if you're like, Seth, well, I don't have a photographer, or I live way out in another country, I'm not in the US, no problem, we got you covered. Check this out. You go to Fiverr, and up here, notice I search product photography. You can get an account, it's free to get an account. And I search, and already right here at the top, we have AMZ one step. I will create high quality product photography for an Amazon listing. Now, if you ever get bored and you wanna have fun, you can go to Fiverr and find some really funny things like people who do Mario voices for you and random stuff like that. But I just found this one really interesting. They even have a little video you can watch, and it shows you examples. Check it out. Here it comes. The intro's too long, but boom. Look at this. Now you're mesmerized. Oh, I want to buy it now. Sorry guys, this video just makes me laugh. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like a romance song to the end of a movie. We're looking at Amazon product photos. Anyways, it's really easy, guys. It gives you a basic, a standard, and a premium version. You just pick the one you want, you order it. Well, Seth, how do I take pictures of my product if they don't have it? Well, you kind of do own the product. So all you do is you have your supplier ship a sample to the person or ship a sample to you. And if I were you, I would get two. Have them ship both to you so you literally have one physical product you touch. It's kind of a cool thought. You're gonna sell like 20,000 of these, but you only touch one of them. Point number 6, advertise your product on Amazon's platform. This point, it's probably one of the most scary, confusing, mesmerizing topics that Amazon sellers struggle with, and I'm gonna break it down for you in a way you can apply it right now to your store. Now, keep in mind that sellers are already on Amazon to buy. All you have to do now is get them to see this beautiful, amazing, photographed, great keyword indexed product that you created. And you're gonna do that by creating what is called an Amazon ad, also known as PPC, which stands for pay per click. Now, there are two kinds of keywords. There are short tail and there are long tail. Generally speaking, a short tail keyword would be like weighted vest. 2 words, weighted vest. But if I said exercise weighted vest, that would be considered a long tail keyword. If I said black exercise weighted vest, that's also a long tail keyword. But if I said weighted vest or vest weighted for dyslexic people like myself, then that would be considered a short tail keyword. Now that you understand that, you're gonna take all your long tail keywords and you're gonna make them broad match in your PPC campaign, and you're gonna take your short tail keywords and make them exact match. Again, long tail keywords, broad match, short tail keywords, exact. It's kind of easy to remember because long tail, broad, short tail, exact, more pinpointed. Then you're gonna bid approximately 25 cents higher than the highest suggested bid on all your keywords. Seth, why are short tail keywords entered as exact match? I'm glad you asked. Because you do not want your listing showing up in ads for keywords that your product does not relate to. For example, if you use, let's say you're selling coffee mugs, and you use a broad match ad for the short tail keyword coffee mug, your listing may show up for coffee grounds or coffee filter. In other words, if I'm looking for coffee filters, I have no interest in your product, and I type in coffee filter, and your ad comes up, and I click it thinking maybe it's what I want, I just cost you money, and I'm not gonna buy your product. Every time an Amazon shopper clicks on your listing after searching these keywords from an ad, they are extremely unlikely to buy your product, thus, they're only costing you money. Now here's what's cool about exact match. It protects you from this. Well, Seth, how does broad match help me? Well, broad match with your long tail keywords will find matching keywords and broadly related keywords like synonyms, misspells, variations of your keyword. Broad match helps you capture those misspells. When shoppers are typing keywords in various orders, or some are using it to discover other keywords that you're not ranking for. Example, if your keyword is green coffee mug, your listing can show up if someone searches green coffee mug, green coffee cup, mug green coffee, or even coffee. And you might discover, man, a lot of people buy this when they search large coffee mug. But you couldn't have discovered that if you didn't use broad match. And now you can take that keyword, put it in your title, or put it in the bullet points, or put it in the product description. And my friends, you just optimized your listing. You made it better and better and better. A lot of people don't even realize this. I understand it's natural to be using PPC for advertising, but not enough people are talking about the fact that your PPC campaign is a full-blown research tool to give you data to optimize your listing, and that's how you're gonna make a lot of money. Now, let me just give you an example right here. This is a camera, obviously, but what's interesting is it originally was just a picture of a camera on Amazon. They ran PPC ads, they tested them, they looked at them, and they noticed anytime someone tended to search camera with strap and they clicked on the listing, they would buy it. Their conversion was extremely high, north of 50%. Out of 100 people, more than 50 would buy the product when they clicked on that listing. So what did they do? They took the featured photo, they switched out the picture of the camera only, and they replaced it with a picture of the camera with the strap. Yeah, it works. And now it converts faster. Step number 7, make money. Guys, I love this step because this is the whole point of why we're doing this, so that you have money, which creates margin. Guys, can I just share something with you for a minute? The reason I make the 7th point, because you look at it like, well, make money, well, isn't that obvious? I say it to myself because it reminds me of why I'm doing this. My end goal is actually not money. It's the margin, it's the freedom that I get to have. Now, let me just give you one tactical thing I think you'll appreciate. You're going to be paid every 2 weeks from Amazon. They will deposit that money directly into your account. And what I decided to do a long time ago, and my wife decided this with me as well, is we take that money and we put it right back into the business. And we kept growing the business until I could say, bye, Apple. You got cool computers, but I want to build my own business, have my own margin. And it was just over a year ago that I took my family to Costa Rica, and we're walking along the beach. These huge waves are coming in. I'm trying to learn how to surf and I'm messing up like crazy. I got like this ocean fear that gets in the way. And while we're there, we're making money on Amazon. While we're there, every day money's coming into our account. I know it seems almost surreal, like, can I really do that? And I struggled with that a lot. I really did. And even today, I have my daily, ask my team, my wife, my kids, I have struggles still. That doesn't stop. The main thing is I decided to do something about it. So if you take what I taught you today and you just start, be okay with the challenges. You are gonna have challenges. There's a lot of guys out there who say, oh, it's really easy. Just follow step 1, 2, 3, and you make a lot of money and everyone's happy. No, that's wrong, that's BS. What's true is it's gonna be hard, but it is so worth it because you're building margin, and then you have memories. You don't get to your 60s or 70s thinking, I did not spend the time I wanted to with my daughter. I didn't get to raise my sons. I didn't get to hang out with my spouse. I didn't get to do my hobbies. This gives you that kind of freedom. I'm not in love with Amazon. I'm in love with the opportunity they present, and I know of no method anywhere on the planet that can move you faster to cash than selling on Amazon. If there's one thing I can promise you, apart from the potential to make a lot of money, you will run into challenges. There's no way I could anticipate what those challenges will be. But I want you to meet Brett. Hey, Brett.
Hey, Seth.
Brett joined Just One Dime 18 months ago. Today, just a year and a half later, he does $15,000 to $20,000 a month on Amazon at 34% margin, and that's on a bad month. Brett is on track to do $50,000 a month by the 4th quarter. And there's something you need to know. He created this brilliant household product idea. He got it patented. He won the gold medal at the INPEX, that's Invention and New Product Exposition, America's largest invention trade show, as the #1 needed household product. And then an automotive parts company approached him and said, we'll give you $16.5 million for the patent alone. And what did he do? He said no, because he sees opportunity building a brand on Amazon, and long term, he'll make way more money.
You know, when I joined Just One Dime a few years ago now, I literally had a failing Amazon store. I was barely breaking $2,000 to $3,000 a month on a good month. But that was all losses because I was spending all of my money on PPC because I had no idea what I was really doing on the Amazon platform. Since that time, you've helped me change that business model, turn it completely around, and now I'm doing anywhere from $18,000 to $25,000 a month, every single month. and I can't wait to see where the future holds. That's just my Amazon stores. So it's amazing what can happen when you follow what Just One Dime is teaching. Good luck, warriors. If I can do it, so can you.
I wish you success with all my heart. Go out there and make it happen. If you have questions, send me an email, Seth@justonedime.com. I would love to help you and show you how to do this. If you found this free content super helpful, click the subscribe button below. Click that little bell too, so it will notify you every time we come out with free content. Comment what you loved and share this with your friends. Let them know the world about Just One Dime. I'll see you guys next time.